Just setting up the recording for those who can't join us live. And once again, I'm going to mute everyone. Welcome to our forgiveness flow today. My name is Erin and I teach at the Energy Club, and I'm really delighted that the Energy Club is sponsoring today's class. So thank you so much to the Energy Club. Welcome to my Yoga for Educators students. Welcome to my George Washington University students, and welcome to all of our Energy Club students as well. So we're so delighted that you joined us for today. Our Friday flow today is all about forgiveness. We're going to begin on our mats on our back. So come on over to your mat. It's on for now. We're going to find that helps us to open up through our heart. So if you have a blanket, maybe you roll it up or fold it in thirds, and bring that your block or whatever you have, and root it underneath. Pardon me as I just continue to mute some people who are coming in. Go ahead and put it underneath your, we're going to nestle it right between the shoulder blades, if that's comfortable for you, or you can bring it underneath your sacrum, lifting your hips up. So that's one option. Between your shoulder blades may feel a lot more comfortable if you have two blocks, because you can put one between your shoulder blades and one under your head, or if you have a towel, it's really nice to have the towel balled up between your shoulder blades, and then have another something supporting your head if you need it. So we're just looking to invite a shape on our back body, something that helps open up through the heart space. Whatever that looks like for you today, just know that this practice is designed for you to connect with what feels good for you. So be sure you're listening to the body, modifying when you need to, amplifying when you want to, just being cautious with the furniture around the space in which you're practicing so that you don't knock into anything. Just adds another layer of mindful awareness so that you know what kind of space you're moving in today.
Erin?
Yes?
Do you have your mic by you? It's hard to hear you.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh, that's a ton better. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, if there's any messages you guys need to if I cut out or anything, let me know. Okay, so you are on your backs. You're rooted down. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Feel the body softening, melting. Just letting go of any heaviness that you've been holding. I'm going to read to you a little story. Two monks are walking down the road. They arrive at a muddy stream crossing, and a well-dressed woman declares without introduction, "Don't just stand there. Someone carry me across this mess." Without pause, the older monk lifts her across. She says nothing, not even a thank you. The two monks walk all day long. The whole time, the younger one stews in his mind. How could he pick her up? We're not supposed to touch women. We're not supposed to talk to women. And she was so rude. Someone should say something to her. She didn't deserve our help. Finally, arriving at the inn for dinner, the younger monk couldn't hold himself back. "What were you thinking?" he said to the older. "She was nasty and you broke the rules. She didn't even say thank you." The older monk smiled gently and replied, "Wow, I put that woman down hours ago, but you've still been carrying her all this time." Allow the lesson from that story to settle in. What is it that you've been carrying all this time that you've yet to put down or surrender? Forgiveness is a practice. It takes time and attention with open, compassionate awareness. Forgiveness is a process that is critical to our mental and physical well being. We all, over our lifetime, suffer and endure traumas, whether it's a capital T or a little t, we all suffer in some way. We carry anger and resentment that are both challenging energies to release. Just notice what you're carrying. Notice what you're holding. Notice what's living in your body. Maybe it's been living there for a really long time. And today's the day to find some freedom from that energy. Today's a day to release resentment, to breathe forgiveness into your body. When we choose otherwise and replay and ruminate on events, it only serves to strengthen the suffering. So again, today is a day to find freedom. When we invite forgiveness into our life, it doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean condoning the actions of others. It doesn't even mean welcoming these people back into our life. What it does is free you from the grip and the bond that this suffering has had on you all this time, so that you can move on and create space for new energy. So as you root yourself down, as you open your heart, know that that is the energy center that will help you with forgiveness. That is the space into which you can breathe and offer compassionate love. So notice how it feels to soften the body to the earth while you open up through the heart. Bring to mind someone or something that you would like to choose to forgive. You don't have to get wrapped up in the story. You don't even have to invite all of the discomfort that came along with that event originally. Just have it be in the mind as your focal point, as your target for forgiveness. Maybe notice where that resentment, that anger, those strong sensations have been living in your body all of this time. And give special attention to that space as you practice. Breathing deep into the body, letting the energy flow freely to release. Allow your centering thought today to be, I choose forgiveness. I choose to set myself free. I choose forgiveness. I choose to set myself free. I choose forgiveness. I choose to set myself free. Take a big breath in. Let that breath go. One more big inhale. Full exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're going to roll over to our side just long enough to release the stuff, whatever you're using. I keep calling them blocks. They are my blocks, but maybe you have a blanket or a towel. Just move them to the side. And then eventually start to roll up through a seated position. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. I've got this nice warm fuzziness on. I guess it's time to take it off, but it's very comfortable. We're going to come onto our hands and knees into a table position. So from your table position, invite the crown of the head to reach forward, tailbone press back. Find your nice neutral spine. And start to move in your cow and cat, articulating the spine. So as you inhale, drop the belly toward the earth. Feel the heart shining through the biceps. Gaze floats up. And as you exhale, tuck into the pelvis, engage through the belly, lift and round the spine. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Come back into a nice flat back. We're going to extend the right arm forward, left leg behind, and then cross the left leg behind the right and reach the right fingertips toward the left toes. So getting a nice side body stretch here. Notice where you're feeling the sensation. Breathe into it. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more. Nice. On the next inhale, reach the arm forward, leg behind. As you exhale, rounding in the back body, bring elbow to knee, tuck the chin. Inhale, reach and extend, stretch in opposite directions. And exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Moving with full attention, moving with purpose and breath. Last one, big breath in and full breath out. Nice. We're going to inhale, extend, and then release the hand and knee back down to the earth, finding your neutral once again. So on the inhale, extend left arm forward, right leg behind you. Keep that right leg flexed. Feel the contraction through the muscles. Then cross the right leg behind you and point down to the toes. Feeling an opening into the right side hip, into the obliques. Breathe into that stretch. Take one more breath. Nice. And then we're going to reach back forward, arm and leg in opposite directions. And as you exhale, bring elbow to knee down in the spine. Keep going. Big inhale. Full exhale. Gorgeous. 2 more. Move with breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Last one. Big breath in. Extending and connecting. Beautiful. Inhale. Reach back. Find length. And then bring hand and knee down to the earth. From here, we're going to curl the toes under. Lift the hips high. Find our downward facing dog. Big breath into the body as you lengthen through the spine. Send the hips high, send the heels low. Breathe into the sensations of the legs. Shake the head, let the neck relax. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. On the inhale, right leg rises. Step the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee. We're going to take a twist. So reach the right arm up to the sky. Try to keep the hips stable and let this twist come through the spine. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. One more big inhale. And then the hand will float back down. Send that right leg back up to the sky, 3-legged dog. And release back into downward facing dog. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale, left heel rises, 3-legged dog. Step the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee. Reach the left arm up for your twist. Keep inviting length in the spine. Keep sinking into that right side hip. Really feel the stretch into the hip flexor. One more big inhale. Full exhale. And then release your left hand down. Left leg rises back to 3-legged dog. Back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, shift forward into your high plank. From high plank, drop the knees. Bend the elbows. Allow them to kiss the ribs as you melt your heart down to the earth. Inhale, open up the heart. And then exhale to child's pose. Sending the hips back to the heels. Inviting the knees to either be narrow or wide, whatever feels best in your body today. Remember, this practice and all practices should be delightful to the body. They should feel good. Don't feel like you need to follow my directives. I'm just here to hold space for you. But truly, you are your best teacher, and that guidance comes from your intuition. So, right now, as you melt the third eye to the earth, igniting that Ajna chakra, you're connecting with that wisdom. So, as you breathe, feel the back body expand. I choose to forgive. And as you exhale, find freedom. I choose freedom. Inhale, I choose to forgive. Exhale, I choose freedom. One more big breath like that. From here, we're going to lift the hips back into your table position. From table, extend one leg then the other into your high plank. From high plank, lower down chaturanga, taking your time, bending at the elbows. Inhale, lift the heart up into your cobra. Maybe the elbows are bent, or you begin to straighten them. Take a few extra breaths here, getting adjusted to this cobra. Invite the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Feel your heart shining so brightly. And then curl the toes under, rock the hips up, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to move through some sun salutations here, adding that twist in the low lunge. So stay present for yourself, moving with breath. As you inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through with the left knee up or down. Take a twist. Right arm lifts. Big breath in. As you exhale, frame the front foot, step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, grow nice and tall with the energy of breath. Exhale, float back to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, right foot steps back. Keep the left hand planted, take your twist. Big right hand's planted. I think I said left. I don't know what I said. Y'all know what to do. Take a big breath in. And then frame the front foot, step back to your high plank. Lower chaturanga, keeping the belly engaged. Back is nice and flat. Inhale, scoop the heart up, shine in your upward facing dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog. So choose what serves you best. There are always options. Your cobra maintains connection of the thighs to the earth. If you're coming into your upward facing dog, you're rooted to the tops of the feet, lifting the knees and thighs. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Find your twist. Breathe in. As you exhale, frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Exhale, float back down. Halfway lift, flat back, navel draws up. Plant the hands, step the left foot back, left palm roots, twist. Squeeze those muscles onto the thighs, squeeze. One more big breath. And float the hand down, step back to your high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Scoop the heart up. So this is your upward facing dog here, where the thighs and hips are lifted. Back to downward facing dog. You know what serves you best. Breathe in. Breathe out for freedom. Creating space with each breath as we chip away at the resentment. Choose forgiveness. Let something go. On the inhale, right leg rises. Step through. We're going to step right away into our forward fold. Rise all the way up. Just speeding it up a little bit, taking out the twist. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, finding your heart opener here. Back to downward facing dog with the hips up toward the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the inhale, left foot rises. Step through. Right foot joins, forward fold. Rise up. We're just building that sun energy in the body, warming you up. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step back, high to low plank, traveling through your vinyasa flow, however it serves you best. And maybe it takes you into a child's pose, maybe into a downward facing dog. Maybe you're adding something or taking something away. That's the beauty of the practice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. This time we're going to bend the knees, take a little hop, feet to hands, then rise all the way up. Open up the arms, swan dive down. Let your heart lead you, not just on the mat, but in life. Hands to the shins. Plant your hands. Maybe you're bending the knees and taking a little hop back, landing in your chaturanga. Inhale, lift through the heart space. Back to downward facing dog. We're going to do one more sun salutation, getting the energy stirred up in the body this Friday morning. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, hop, rise all the way up, grow nice and tall. Swan dive down, let the heart guide you. Halfway lift, flat back, plant the hands, and float. We're using the wisdom of the heart today to help us on our path of forgiveness, of healing. Breath in, breath out. One more big inhale. We'll let the breath go. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, take a little hop, feet to hands. With the toe mounds touching, we're going to sweep right up into our Utkatasana chair pose. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Twice more. You are fully in control here. So keep sinking the hips back toward the heels. Lengthen the spine. Use that breath. One more. Big breath in. And fold. Nice. Hands to shins. Halfway lift. Plant the hands. Step back to your high plank. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Open up through the heart. Soften the shoulders right here. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let something go. On the inhale, right leg rises. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Find that low lunge. And then we're going to step your left foot out just a little bit and melt the heel down, rooting into the earth so you can rise up for your warrior one. So you want your hips square to the front of the mat. Make those adjustments. Nice, I see you. As you sink into that front thigh, having the knee stacked over the ankle, and really contracting, not just in the front, but also in the back. This back leg is very important. We're distributing the weight. This is your warrior one. The arms can lift. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring a slight internal rotation of those pinkies. And just arrive. Take 2 more breaths here. Maybe you start to build that ujjayi breath, that warming breath coming in and out of the whisper muscles of the throat. Take 1 more big inhale. And as you exhale, float the hands down. Step that right foot back to high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Go through your flow to arrive in downward facing dog. Present for the way everything feels along the way. Nothing goes unnoticed. On the next inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. The right foot steps out just a tad, and you melt the heel down at an angle. Rooting down and rising up, warrior one. Anytime the body gets warm and you need to let some of that heat out, do it through the mouth. Let it escape. It is safe for you to breathe that way in the comfort and security of your own home. Let's take advantage of that freedom of breath. Notice the back leg. Keep rooting down through the entire foot, spinning that right hip inward as the left hip goes outward. Take your time. Really imprint this shape in your body. So when we float through it a little faster, your body knows where to go with safe alignment and full engagement. Nice. Take one more big breath. And then float the hands down. Step back to your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breath in. Let it go for freedom. Loosening our grip today. Finding some space to move on. On the inhale, look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Take a little hop feet to hands. Sweep up, chair pose. From chair pose, bring the hands to the heart. We're going to take a little twist. So reach the fingertips forward. Twist to the right. Hooking the left elbow outside the right knee. Give it a little angle here. Gaze up over that right shoulder. Notice that that left knee wants to jut forward. Draw that left hip back. Yes. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Take another big breath here in the twist. You guys look amazing. Slowly start to unwind. Lift up, raise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive down to fold. Take opposite elbows here, little ragdolls. You hang heavy. Shaking the head. Flutter the lips. Really nice decompression in the spine. If you're sitting all day, give yourself about 3 to 5 chances throughout the day to get up and do this. Hang heavy. Let that stress and that tension just drip off the shoulders. Let the lower back find some space. And then we're going to release the bind, sweep back up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands to the heart. Reach and extend forward. Twist to your left. Again, being mindful of the positioning of the right knee, keeping the hips squared, the knees connected. Look up over that left shoulder. Take another breath. And then release back to center. Big inhale as you rise. This time, interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the heart up to the sky as the shoulder blades draw together. This is a great opportunity to feel the heart energy, or Anahata chakra, shining. There's a lot of self-compassion that needs to come into the practice of forgiveness. Just allowing ourselves to move on, to be tender, to say I'm sorry, sometimes to ourselves when it's our own misdoings that we're forgiving. So find that softness in your heart right now. Take one more big breath. And release. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Hands to shins. Plant the hands, step back to your high plank. Lower down, going through your flow, your way. We will all arrive at downward facing dog. So maybe your journey involves double dipping chaturangas, or practicing your handstand, or taking a sip of coffee, or petting the dog. It's all part of your practice. Take a big breath in. Let the breath go. Moving a little faster through that Surya Namaskar B variation. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot steps through. Find your warrior one. Sweep up as you root down. Open the heart. And exhale, back to frame the front foot. Step back to high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise again. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, left heel up to the sky. Exhale, step through. Root the right foot down. Rise up. Warrior one. Strong warrior. You've got this. Exhale, float back to the earth. Moving through your vinyasa flow, one breath at a time. Noticing everything along the way. On the inhale, look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, hop, feet to hands, rise up, chair pose. Hands to the heart, take a twist to the right. Take another breath. As you inhale, come all the way up, open the heart, and exhale back to chair pose. Hands to the heart, we're gonna twist to the left. Removing any toxic energy we're holding, releasing it, letting it go. One more breath. And back to center. Lift up, open up, swan dive down. Heart leads you into a fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step or hop. Chaturanga. Flowing with your breath. Back to downward facing dog. Nice, let's do that Surya B one more time. As you inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step through. Melt the heel down, warrior one. Maybe you take a little back bend here. We're gonna float back to frame. High to low plank. Inhale, sweep the heart up and open. Lifting back to downward facing dog. Do what feels right for you right now. Inhale, left heel rises. Step through, warrior one. Beautiful heart energy opening here. Frame the front foot, step back to your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Open, sweep that heart. I see you shining so brightly. Back to downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat, step or hop, feet to hands. Toe mounds kiss as you sweep up, chair pose. Hands to the heart, reach forward, twist to the right. Squeezing the knees together, stabilizing the hips. Come back to center, inhale, extend the body nice and tall. Exhale, back to chair pose, twisting to the left. Nice, breathe in. Release as we come all the way back up. Bring your hands right to the heart, standing in your strong mountain. Breathe. Feel the beating heart. Notice the qualities of breath. With each inhale, I choose forgiveness. Exhale, I choose to be free. Are you still holding on? Are you still trapped in memories? Can you break that thought loop? Can you release it and move on? It is said that forgiveness is giving up hope for rewriting the past. What is done, and why let that contaminate your future? Why not give yourself freedom? Let it go. On the inhale, into that left foot, we're going to lift our right knee up to our chest in a stork pose. From stork pose, we're going to send that right leg back, coming into a warrior three. Feel free to open up your arms here if there's an expression that helps you feel balanced. You can take the arms in front of you, framing the ear. You can bring them to the heart, out like airplane wings. Pretend like we're allowed to fly somewhere right now. Where would you go to find freedom? Take another breath. From here, let the hands come down and your standing split, giving a really beautiful stretch into that left hamstring. Draw your nose towards your knee. Maybe your hands root down and you're practicing getting the legs up over the hips in your handstand. If you have a wall nearby, if it's safe for you to do so, have some fun. Take another breath. From here, we're going to root back into that left foot. Come up, staying present. Bring that right knee up into your chest. And then cross the right leg over the left leg for your eagle bind. So binding through the legs. The toes can come down to the earth if you need a little more stability, or you can leave them lifted. And your right arm will come under your left arm, crossing at the elbows. Maybe the palms come to find each other. We're just giving ourselves a nice big hug, little weaving of the limbs. It's a way to stir up our confidence and our courage, both of which are needed for forgiveness. It is tough to face the past. It is tough to relent and let it go. So let this shape help stir up the energy right in the core. Heat and breath. Find your courage to forgive. 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing from the inner thighs down to the toes. 1 more breath. And then slowly release. Whoop. Bring that right knee back up to your chest and come on down. Just notice how it feels to be back in your Tadasana. You can move a little bit. You can shake a little bit. Breathe into the body where the body needs it right now. From here, we're going to press into the right foot and start to lift our left knee up toward our chest. From here, we're going to press it back, warrior 3. Strong warrior 3. The strength comes not only from the standing leg, but the raised leg needs to be engaged, lifting the hamstring up to the sky, and the gaze. Wherever the gaze floats, it's intense concentration to help you balance. The arms can come nice and wide. The arms can be wherever you need them to be. Keep inviting the axial extension, noticing the crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone back. And then the hands will gently come down to the earth, standing split. Again, lots of options. You can bind. Binding challenges the balance a little bit more. You can root down. You can kick up. You can just stay exactly as you are. Keep inviting the gaze to float toward that right knee. Folding deeper with each breath. And then we're going to rise back up. So trust yourself. Yes. Nice. Bring that left knee up. Finding our eagle bind, crossing left thigh over right. Really squeeze and engage. Those hip stabilizers draw right in together like magnets. Left arm underneath the right, lifting the elbows away from the face. Create some space. Feel the broad opening in the upper back. Feel the belly engaged as you root down. And breathe. Deep, deep breaths. This is your power. This is your authenticity. This is everything you need to inspire forgiveness. Your bravery, your courage. 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing. Nice. And then release. Lift that knee back up. And come on down. Nice work. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you're feeling a little lighter, a little freer as you consistently work on shedding. All right. As you inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Travel through your vinyasa flow, whatever you want it to be for you. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, working a little bit into the core. As you inhale, reach the right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, hover forward, shoulders over wrists, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, shift the hips back up, downward facing dog, leg lifted, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee toward the nose, rounding in your cheetah. Inhale, extend the leg up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Feel the twist. And as you send the leg back up, bend the knee and maybe flip your dog. If you're feeling safe and comfortable to do so, bring that foot down. Rotate your left foot so that your feet are parallel to each other. Press into the feet evenly as the hips open up, shining the heart up to the sky. Breathe in. You can turn this into a full wheel if you have it. One more breath. And then from here, look where you're going. Hand, hip, leg, three-legged dog. Draw the right knee behind the right wrist. We're going to come into our pigeon pose. So pigeon is a really nice way to help us forgive because we find freedom by releasing trapped emotions in our hip. But that said, if this is not anatomically accessible to you, if you have issues with your knee or your hip flexors, one option that I like to offer is through a pinwheel pigeon. So if you bend your left leg, bring your right foot to your left thigh, it offers the same shape, but a little more softness in the joints. And you would melt down onto your thigh, relaxing, surrendering completely. All right, so know that that's always available. Coming onto your back for a supine figure 4 is also an option. We're looking to get into the hip structure of that right side. So take something that serves you best. If you're taking a traditional pigeon, gaze over your left shoulder. Make sure that you're creating some space through that left hip by walking the leg away from you. Always feel free to slide that blanket or towel underneath your right hip so that if it's disconnected from the earth, you'll feel rooted. And then start to melt the chest down. Take a big breath in here. Come peek at what y'all are doing. Let it go. Allow yourself to be here. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling right in this moment. Just allow it to be full awareness, compassionate heart. Notice if there's any conscious tension that you can release on your own. Maybe just trusting with time and patience that it'll happen. Finding freedom through the hip. We're going to take 4 more breaths here in our pigeon variations. Let the attention ride the full wave of breath in and out. One more big breath. Beautiful. From here, we're going to walk our hands back to our shin. We're all going to meet in that pinwheel shape. So roll over to your right hip, bend the left knee, sliding the leg up toward your right foot. And we're going to take a funky camel here. So plant your right hand next to your right hip. Press into the earth as you lift your hips up to the sky. Another little back bend here. Also a beautiful stretch into that left hip flexor. 2 more big breaths. Create some space with each breath. Nice. And then lower down. Rock those hands back underneath the shoulders. Send the right leg back up to the sky, 3-legged dog, and shake and circle and move into that right side hip however you need to right now. And if you'd like, for a little challenge, you can move through a 3-legged flow. So come forward into your plank pose with the right leg lifted. Lower down chaturanga, and then release the top of the foot down before sweeping up into your cobra or upward facing dog. You always want to support the lower back to downward facing dog. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big inhale. Inhale, left heel rises. As you exhale, hover forward. Feel the shift in the shoulders as the knee comes to the left elbow. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the spine, contract through the core. Inhale, back to three-legged. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, getting deep into the obliques here. Back up into three-legged dog. Bend the left knee. If you'd like to flip your dog, take your time. Look where you're going. Think about it. Swivel the right foot. You want the feet to be parallel so they're evenly pressing in as you lift. It's a beautiful back bend, which is a heart opener. Take one more breath. Again, look where you're going. Hand, hip, leg, back to three-legged dog. And then start to guide that left knee behind the left wrist, setting up for your resting half pigeon or any pigeon variation. In my body, traditionally, the left side is a lot tighter. So I always like to welcome a prop into my practice to help support my left side hip. So remember that we are not biologically symmetrical. Just treat this as the new experience that it is and do what this side needs. Your practice doesn't have to be symmetrical either. So maybe you need a pinwheel pigeon on this side. Maybe you want to come down for a figure four. We're looking for deep sensation, maybe even a little discomfort, but not pain. So look over your shoulder, stretch through the right leg, root down through the hips, and then start to melt. Melt. Let it go. Let the shoulders go. Let the jaw go. Let the body surrender here. Soften. Take 4 more breaths, keeping your mind completely focused on the breath or the sensation, or repeating your mantra of forgiveness and freedom. Letting that energy grow and grow and grow with each breath as your attention goes right into that space of the heart. One more big breath. Nice. And then walk your hands back. If you're using something underneath that left hip, slide it over because we're going to root the hip down, slide the right knee up, coming into that pinwheel shape. Left hand next to the left hip, sweep up. Funky, funky camel. Where do you feel this? Keep breathing into it. One more breath. Beautiful shining hearts. Come all the way down. Bring your hands right down to the earth. We're going to step that right foot back, left leg to the sky, shaking, circling, offering what the hip needs. One final vinyasa flow here. You can do it with the leg lifted if you like. Shift forward, lower down, elbows to ribs. Release the leg. Stay here for a moment. Just take a few extra breaths in your cobra or your upward facing dog. Let your heart be wide open today. Let that energy of forgiveness just flow into every aspect of your life so you find complete and utter freedom. Take one more big breath. Slowly draw the knees together. Retract hips to heels for a juicy back stretching child's pose. With the knees together, if the forehead isn't melting down to the earth, bring that towel or a book or a block or something in to help you find a tether. I love offering the expression that we don't have to shove our body into a yoga practice. Our yoga practice should fit into our body. And so if the body needs to be modified or accommodated in some way, do it. Make it accessible to you. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. One more. Beautiful. From here, we're going to roll onto our backs. Come on to your back. With the knees drawn into the chest, feel the lower back rolling around a little bit on the earth, getting a massage. We're going to end with a fish pose before we take a shavasana. So start to extend your legs out in front of you, pointing the toes. We're going to come up onto our forearms, sliding the hands underneath your bum. I always imagine sliding them into a back pocket. And if anyone can find me some fun yoga pants with back pockets, you are going to be my favorite person in the whole wide universe. So we're going to draw the shoulder blades together, draw the elbows together, puff up through the heart once again. And for your fish pose, if you want to make it intense in the core, you can lift the legs. If you want to make it a little less intense in the legs, you can plant the feet with the knees bent. So you have options here. Let the head tip back. Maybe the crown of the head even reaches toward the earth. And we're going to do 5 lion's breaths. These breaths are symbolic of releasing the resentment, releasing the shame, releasing any anger that we're holding so we can feel free. So we take a breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Forcefully exhale across the throat. Big inhale. Make some noise. Inhale. 2 more on your own. Last one. Keep puffing up through the heart. Beautiful. From here, we're going to release the release the hands. It stirs up everything that's in your throat. Made my eyes water a little bit. That means it was a good release, that's for sure. Draw your knees back into your chest. Roll a little bit. Take any final stretches that the body needs. If you need a little supine stretch into the spine, you're welcome to offer that. Whatever it is, just be present for how the body's feeling right now. You guys did a lot of work today. You should be proud of yourself for staying present and focused, taking your mind off the world and putting it right where it belongs, right in the center of your heart. Take one more big breath as you hug yourself into a ball. This is where we offer ourselves thanks for practicing. And then we release the body into Shavasana, any final resting shape that feels good for you. You're welcome to slide that towel underneath your knees to support your lower back. Just allow yourself to arrive, melting the body, but once again, taking note of each muscle. No need to hold on to any contractions right now. Relax into the face, the jaw, the shoulders, the muscles around the ribs and the spine, the hips. Relax the glutes. Let the body just melt heavily into the earth.